I think we're all dangerous. You know, if he's in the UFC, he's definitely dangerous. Not going to write him off by any means. So he's been successful since getting into the UFC, 6-0, and yeah, man, got a lot of fire, a lot of steam, a lot of momentum behind him, and he wants to step into the upper rankings of the division. So he had called me out last year, and at that time I was perched a little bit higher, and I couldn't hear him or see him from down there. And now at this point, after losing my last fight, I I guess I'm more willing to fight, accept that fight now. So he's hungry for it, and I'm ready to get get back into the win column. So I'm gonna go in there and give it another go.
Is there a way you see this fight going, or is it just one of those, however it presents itself, you're ready to take care of business?
Well, I always hope for the best, you know what I'm saying? But as my last fight showed, they don't always go my way. So I'm not really worried about what may or may not be. I'm more focused on what I'm capable of doing. And I'm going to go in there and do my damnedest, try to be the best, try to be better than last time for damn sure, and get my hand raised.
You're number five. The division right now has all the attention because the title fight just took place, so it's good timing. Do you think about that you go in there and whether Sean Strickland's next, you already have a win over Sean Strickland, so you make a statement. Why not Jared Cannonier to be Dricus's next opponent?
Vaguely. Again, focusing just on what's ahead of me, not what might or may not be or what other people are thinking. Yeah, and I think that was one of the things that may have weighed down on me being in the top of the division before my last fight. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get to the title, I got to get to the title, man. And after losing the fight, as unfortunate as it was, it feels like it's been a bit of a weight lifted off of me, a little self-imposed stress. I can see that in hindsight, and I don't want that to happen again when I get back to that position and beyond. So again, just focusing on what I'm capable of doing and doing it to the best of my ability.
As a fan and as somebody in the division and as someone who shared the octagon with Israel, were you surprised how that fight went? And what do you think about Dricus?
No, I wasn't surprised how it went. Um, that went one of the ways I envisioned it as going. Israel moving around early on, trying to find his shots, and I was impressed to see him sit down on a few shots. There was a few shots he was trying to hurt him with. You know what I mean? And dealing with all the different looks that Dricus brought in. He brought a bunch of different good looks. His kicks, all of his kicks, high, low, middle, especially his high kicks, I thought were really well placed, well executed. His barraging punches, if you will, his sort of blitzing punches. He didn't take as much damage as one would expect a blitzer to take against a good counter fighter with good footwork and good distance management, range management. And then once he started grappling, you saw the difference and you saw the effects of his grappling, how he can be heavy, how he knows how to be heavy and weigh down on his opponent, make it hard for them to just move as if they are in a what is it? The thing from Dragon Ball Z, the gravity thing from Dragon Ball Z. You know what I mean? It makes every movement hard as hell. So that's the way it looks from my screen, my TV. So I could be wrong. I don't know. But they both, were executing their techniques at a very high level. So they were both looking good. I think a lot of people are complaining that Dricus isn't as aesthetically pleasing, but I think he's effective nonetheless. You know what I mean? Anybody who can knock out Robert Whitaker and walk through the fire of Sean Strickland, as well as take it to Israel and get a finish like that. It's definitely shown and proved that their fighting capabilities are effective at the highest level.
How about yourself? You've been looking at your career, 13 years, you're 40 years young now, but you're not really slowing down. Do you even think about how much longer, or is it just one fight at a time?
Yeah, one fight at a time. How I feel. I don't like to make plans. People are like, what are you doing later today? I'm like, I don't know, depending on how I feel. What are we doing later this week? Don't ask me. Don't talk to me about no list. I don't want to be confined to this or that I said way back when. You know what I mean? If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it. That's how I move. And when I feel like doing it, that's what I feel like doing. When I don't feel like doing it, ain't nobody who's going to move me. You know, that's why, unless I've signed myself to a contract or a list, which is why I don't like lists. It's something me and my wife talk about all the time. But yeah, man, I take it one fight at a time, one day at a time, one training session at a time. Trying to rebuild my body, one atom, one molecule, one cell, one muscle. You know, one God at a time. If you, I don't know. I'm
But
just trying to
one,
be best. Just
but
trying to be
one more
better.
title run in you.
Oh, I got plenty more title runs.
There you go. But first
Yeah,
things first,
my body feels good, so I'm definitely can run for a title. I can run, so I can definitely run towards the title.